Alright, welcome back. Today we are in Windrose and we're going to make this bathroom sink, or sink basin if you will. The thing you would have if you're going to sit down and do your hygiene back in the pirate days. So first things you're going to need, come to the crafting utilities, you're going to come down here and you're going to go to the alchemy section, stove and pot. Now stove and pot has a side where you can see the fire and a side where you don't, and I think it looks better on the side where you don't. We are going to make sure snapping is off for this. It will work way better if snapping's off. So we want to sink this into a wall until the big fat pot is almost touching the wall. We don't want it touching the wall for specifically, but pretty close. It'll just make it look better, more finished when we're done. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And the next thing we need to come in here to floors and walls. We're going to come down to... I like to use the corner plaster. You can find these in Tortuga. You can use the regular wall plaster. I did try with mahogany, and for me, it didn't look as good. I thought that this little top wood was a little too much. So, again, with snapping off, we're going to come in here. We're going to turn this. And then we're going to go Z to bring it down. And what I want is, I don't want it really centered specifically. I want it coming off a little bit. But it doesn't have to be all up in this business. It doesn't have to be right up against this, like, so where it's tight. It can be sticking out a little bit. But the front's important. We want to make sure that the cobble that's made out of is covered completely. And we just want to bring it down a little bit to where it's just showing the top. We're going to fix that with the floor. That looks pretty good right there. So that gives a nice good finished look. We're going to turn this one. We're going to do the exact same thing. Now, if you snap it, you're going to be really wide on it, and it's going to be hard for the top to fit. So what I find, the one way you can do this, to find out where you need to be, I'm going to use the marble. You can find this Tortuga. And I'm going to face the wood sideways so it doesn't stick out this front. So I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to set it to where, like, all the little wood bits and all that stuff are gone. Now, it is going to eat some of the glassware a little bit. It's unfortunate, but it you know, you do what you got to do. I just don't want the wood sticking through. I want that porcelain to be the top. Now I'm going to snap on, and I'm going to snap it to that piece. Nope, that didn't work. There it is. So now that is going to set our edge on this side. If we come back down here to this guy, got to turn snapping off. Bring this down. This is kind of the hard part because you can't really see very well, so I zoom out. It makes it a little easier. If you get your line right, which is about that, we can hold Z and bring it up to the point we want it. So we want it down below it. It's about like that. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's great. That worked out very nicely. Yeah. Yeah, no, that worked out really well. Actually, that might even be better than that other one over there. What's up, buddy? All right, so the next thing I'll show you, so that's it. That is done. You can decorate it however you like. I put a little light on it. But now let's do this, I'm putting air quotes here, mirror, which I am going to guess back in that time frame would have been a highly polished tin or a highly polished silver-coated tin or other type of metal, I would assume. I don't know how old mirrors were, like when they were invented, but we're just going to assume that. So we're going to go in here, we're going to come back to this wall plaster, or turn like this. We need snapping off for this. And we're going to do something about like that. Let's see if we like the height on that. Okay, that's not going to work. You got stone sticking through it. I don't want any stone sticking through at all. far to add that one? Well, that one's sticking out a little bit. All right. So we're going to come up to beams. We're going to go to the mahogany. Now, I'm using this cylinder. You could use whatever you want. I think that would probably look very fancy as well. But I'm going to use this one. No, that sticks out too far. I got to fix that. There we go. Alright, back to pillars. Grab this guy. Now, on this one, where my circle reticle is has to stay on it, otherwise it sinks in too much and it doesn't quite look right. So we want to try to get it right to the edge, but then flush to the top, reasonably so. We're going to come over here. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's do this piece first. Snapping does on this. I don't like snapping. I want to get it flush. Right there. There. And then go back to this guy. Now we get it to where it's nice and neat. And there you go. Now you have your, quote, mirror for your bathroom sink. And then for this guy, if you want to do the fountains, that's another purchasable. I want to say it's the people of Tortuga for the fountains. Come down to fountains. It's really simple. I mean, there's not much to show about it. Get it in the orientation you want it to be, and then just sink it into the wall to whatever you want. Maybe come in to where it's just there. So it looks like it's built in and part of the wall, and then you have a nice sitting tub, right? Do your little shower business, your little bathing business, and then decorate it to your choice. But I think that looks really nice. It's a nice little addition you can add to your base. Thanks for watching, everybody.